talking about Get On Down.
So Get On Down was one of the earlier ones that we finished. It was the second demo that we created. We're in Austin, Texas at Triakwa Studio.
But yeah, I would say as well, too, is one of my favorite tracks that we made on the album. Like, it's got a really nice groove to it, and like, I really dig how like the drums got layered into it as well.
Very vibey track. I really liked the instrumental that it was. And then we decided to throw a vocal on it just to give it some character and give it some more identity.
Yeah, add some more to the structure.
Really like the deep piano tones in it and the synthesizer that we added. Very funky retro sound.
Yeah, that piano really ties it all together. The weird kind of groove to it.
This one I really feel goes well with Wes Anderson from the Smoke Signals album. Very dusty groove. I really can imagine driving back roads. Really gives me like a desert kind of vibe. Like dusty back roads. Definitely gives me the vibe of driving through the canyons.
It's like that Wile E. Coyote. You just drive right by him.
Absolutely. It's the Roadrunner.
Mm-hmm. The Roadrunner. But definitely, like you said, a Wes Anderson vibe. Like, it's very story immersive. Like, it takes you right into that moment. Like a driving track, you could just like zone out, fully be in the moment. I really dig how the video came together for this one too. That was one that, man, whenever it came together and I saw it, the way like the lyrics flashed on the screen, it did exactly like you said with the identity. Totally pulled it all together. I couldn't imagine it without the vocals at this point.
Yeah, no. And it's funny because there was another sample that led to this that we ended up taking off. They gave us direction to go to the Get On Down sample that we chose.
It's definitely something in the creative process. You can't be afraid to try something, even if ultimately ends up being the wrong thing. Like, makes room or provides understanding to like what it actually needed, rather than just trying to, hold on to what it is. Like, it would be just an instrumental if we never explored any of that.
It is interesting how some samples can lead to others and they can be taken out in the long run. So that was the case in Get On Down. Really dig the percussion.
I really dig the percussion too, like the way those drums kind of just like stomp. There's a lot of things that just have your focus and then like it changes and then it takes you somewhere else, and then like the really wet effects, like that was something I always really enjoyed, and just like drifts you off and then something else picks it back up, and it's like it just, like we talked about earlier, like in the canyon you're driving and it's like those it's like that one Sega game where you're driving and the bushes just show up from the distance. It's like the fucking vibes change. So
the wet effects really give it the spatial environment that's Get On Down.
I really dig those wet like effects and delays, and a lot of that came too from whenever I started exploring like a lot of dub, like back in the day too. Like, really held on to those like wet like effects, and just
Yeah, you definitely said it with the dub. I really felt like it was one of the earlier ones that really showed that combination of Triakwa and Pachinko and what Triakwa was bringing as far as the palette of the wet effects and the space and the dub sound that really, really carried on throughout Synchronicity. This being one of the earlier ones, I really feel it definitely gave a lot of the flavor that would carry on to the rest of the projects that we're going to do in Smoke Signals and in Synchronicity.
Yeah, I agree. It like really became one of those experiences that worked out like well, exploring those kind of ideas and like how we started blending our sounds, kind of where we identified like what we were both going to contribute and like how those pieces fit together. It was a really successful track early on, and definitely helped lead to what made us work real well together. Yeah, this is one of my favorite tracks of our collaborations too. Some of them, they start out in different directions, and then once they all start kind of piecing together, it's like you feel the energies back and forth, and it's great. From the drums to the really wet effects and how it just fades into the distance, like gives you that canyon vibe, whereas like Wes Anderson kind of gives you those side-scrolling effects from like a train. So I really like this one. Get On Down is one of my favorites.